itself, what I want to talk about are some rules. The point of this program, alongside the roadmap and then the accountability, is getting help from people that have been there and done that, getting help from people like me, the various coaches on the team, and that sort of thing. The second that you have somebody watching what you're doing, providing constructive criticism and feedback, you can typically cut your growth curve in half, if not more. So the purpose here is to ask questions. If there's something that you're unfamiliar with or unsure of, or if you don't really think that you've done a really good job and you just want somebody a little further ahead than you to take a look at it, then drop a question in the Skool community. That's what we're here for. That said, in order to maximize the value that you get, in order to maximize the value that every other member in the community gets, just note the following rules. If you're going to post a question, please post in the Skool community itself, not the DMs. The reason why is because the whole reason communities work is you'll get accountability, you'll get support. You'll also get to deal with the courage of putting yourself out there and other people seeing what you're doing. And then most importantly for us is what we're doing is we're building a library of problems and then the ways that people solve that problem. And we're using that library to improve the value of the community over time. If you send people DMs, then those are no longer part of the community library, so to speak. It takes a lot of work and effort to turn specific DMs into posts and that sort of thing. So instead, if you post it in public, everybody else in the community is going to get to benefit. That's really one of the cornerstones of why this business model can be made so cheaply, why you don't have to spend thousands of dollars for a course like you used to have to do. The whole point is to create this ongoing value library that just gets better and better over time. The second thing is, before you ask a question, just double check to make sure that it hasn't actually already been answered in the program. If you're asking a question about cold email and you're not done the cold email day yet, then don't ask the question about cold email until you're done the cold email day. I want to say maybe 70 or 80% of the questions that I typically receive on a daily basis are ones that, you could have just figured out yourself if you'd spent maybe 30 seconds to a minute just reading through the rest of the documentation or watching the rest of the video. And that's okay. It's just in order to be a successful business person or entrepreneur, you are eventually going to have to become quite resourceful and you're going to have to be able to solve these problems for yourself. So while I want you to be able to lean on us as a resource, at least because you're paying for it and because that's part of the purpose of this program to help you get to where you want to get faster, just know that, if you continuously do this and if you never really pick yourself up by the bootstraps and that sort of thing, if you never really fully read a resource, it's going to be very difficult for you to grow past what this program allows you to do. And you're probably always going to have to be paying for some sort of help like you're paying for now, which may or may not be something good. I don't really know. Totally up to you. But yeah, the rule here is just try your best to see if it's answered elsewhere in the program. The next is our team will try their hardest to respond to every single question that you have within 48 hours. But life is life. So if they don't, please just bump the thread. We'll respond when you get a chance. We'll respond on one of the live calls. You will get your answers. It will just take around 48 hours or so at maximum, and usually a little bit faster. Now, the way to bump the threads is basically not to complain. I've seen this happen a couple of times. People are like, why is no one helping me? I can't solve this problem. There's nothing I can do. That is a very poor and negative way of approaching a problem like this. If you're asking for help for people that have been there and done it, other people in the community will be much more likely to help you if instead of phrasing it as like a negative thing, you phrase it as a positive thing. So I'll give you an example here. Instead of saying, why is no one helping me? Say, hey guys, I'm bumping this in case you haven't seen it. Hey guys, here's a problem that I'm facing. Here's some solutions I've already tried. I don't think these solutions are working, but what would you guys recommend? Something along those lines. We just want to keep the discussions positive within the group. And we don't want it to just be negative Nancy's all day. And the last thing is no spam. Now, I define spam super simply. Most communities don't, but spam is if you've created the content for people that aren't in the community. So if you've created the content for other platforms, then don't post it. The only content that you should be posting is content you've created for the community. If you made some big win and you want to record a quick Loom video or something like that and show it to the group, then that's fine. That's great. Feel free to do that. You can post a video, you can post pictures, you can post whatever the hell you want. But if you created a YouTube video to talk about some new marketing method, and then after you posted it, you copy and paste it into the community to try and get some extra views or something like that, then don't post it. The prevailing rule is if you created it for the community, it's a yes. And if you haven't created it for the community, it's a no. If you have any questions about that last point, though, just DM us. I'm more than happy to assist you with, knowing whether or not something is spam. And I obviously appreciate, I appreciate people asking me rather than just posting it and sort of crossing their fingers. I hope that they don't see.